Hi everyone, this is a twin flame video, and it's for those twin flames whose twin is in a karmic romantic relationship. I'm just going to preface a few things before we get started. One, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. Two, I'm not one of those readers that's going to crap on the karmic. I'm one of those people that believe the karmic is in your twin's life and in your life for a reason, to teach them things about themselves and to teach you things about yourself. And it's not always easy, but if we can take a step back from their human behavior and choices, we can see the soul for what they agreed to do for us. It's less about what people are doing to us and more about how we're reacting to what they're doing. So that being said, this whole reading is to give you a little bit of insight of not only why this karmic is here, but to help you empower yourself in your own journey while the lessons are being learned, if you will. All right, so we're going to take a look at the current energy of the situation between the two of them. Okay, and again, like I said, it's general. If the sign of the person comes up, awesome. If not, just take what resonates. It doesn't have to be. Okay. All right, what is the current energy? And this is collective, so let's take a look at collectively the energy between twin flames and karmics. Not surprising. Okay, so we have an energy of walking away. Yeah, and then we have the garden on the gate. We had the garden on the gate yesterday at the bottom, which is about fear, and it was right side up. So there's still some fear around walking away. And sometimes that happens, especially if it's the twin that's not quite awake. They are waking up a lot right now, especially the masculines, okay? Especially if they're not quite awake, they just feel they can't leave yet and they don't know why. You know, I have friends that are in relationships that they don't necessarily want to be in right now, but they know they're still there for a reason. So I feel like that's kind of the energy of where it's at right now. The decision has been made to walk away. How they go about walking away, when they go about walking away, it doesn't matter. The fact is the energy between them it's almost like I don't know why this is coming up, but it's sort of like, you know, when you're filling out paperwork and it's not finalized yet. Or like when you're doing an exam and you haven't gotten your grades back yet. I don't know if that's going to resonate, but it's sort of like that's kind of where they're at right now. I only have 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and get what I can in. Okay, so let's get some cards representing your twin. And again, whether they're the masculine or the feminine, the energy, you as the feminine could be in a karmic relationship. But let's get a couple cards representing your twin right now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So very interesting. Okay. And I love that we have, again, empowerment. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Four of Wands, which is union energy. It's also Capricorn energy, I believe. They're a decade of Capricorn, so they could have Capricorn in their chart. But this is the union card. This is the happily ever after card as far as what I feel the energy is coming from it. But interestingly enough, we have the Five of Pentacles. It's Taurus energy here. Sorry, not Four of Wands is Aries energy. My bad. So Five of Pence is Taurus energy, which I'm being called to say there's something happening around April, May. Okay, so just not that I don't know if they'll take that long to leave. Don't get caught up in that, but I feel like something's around April, May. What I love about this card is specifically in this deck speaks about not being aligned with what you want, so you can't see it. Okay, so which tells me that this twin that's in the karmic relationship wants union. They want this happily ever after, but they're not, their actions and their choices aren't quite aligned with it, so they can't see it yet. You know, it's just a sliver. So they're processing through that, and it could be that this karmic relationship is still blocking it because they still have things to learn. So we're going to pull some energy from the cards representing the karmic person in this situation, or the soul that agreed to come in and teach lessons. Okay. So interesting. They could have Gemini in their chart. We have the Hanged Man, okay, and we have the Lovers, okay. So the energy I get from this, I'm not sure if the Hanged Man is represented by a zodiac sign. Maybe someone can comment and help me out with that. They're struggling with choice too. They also have choices to make. They're being hung up in love as well. They have their own karmic lesson to learn. And so I'm going to pull some of those because I think it's important to understand what lesson is being learned right now. They're both hung up. Like, it's interesting that they're both hanging on to something that isn't really serving them. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at what karma is being balanced. What lesson is being learned. Interesting. Okay. So we have the King of Cups. Okay. There's too many, but these two still wanted to come up. Okay. And then we have the Nine of Wands and the Temperance. Okay. The King of Cups to me is about mastery, self-mastery of emotions. Okay. Emotions are running high. I think there's been emotional manipulation, understanding how our emotions can manipulate us, because truly people can't manipulate us unless we allow them to. So it's almost like, and I'm all over the place and I apologize for that, but there's so much coming in. I'm getting an energy of past life. So making it up. So it's almost like the twin needed to make something up to this karmic in this lifetime. Okay. There was some things that were left undone in a past life, which tells me that you also had ties with this person in a past life, whether you like that or not. The Temperance card and the Nine of Wands to me speaks to forgiveness. Being able to forgive, because I feel the Nine of Wands is putting your walls up, trying to protect yourself, trying to push away. And the Temperance card is being out of balance when it's in this learning space. So it's about trying to balance all of these things. And I feel like all three of you, or all four if you're both in karmic relationships, are learning to master your emotions and understand your emotions and how they trickle into the decisions you make and how they affect your decisions. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which to me is putting walls up, being scrappy. What if you were confident enough in your emotions to bring your walls down, to love and accept this person for where they're at, and appreciate that they gave you insight to your own emotions? What would happen then? It would almost be like an instant balancing. And I understand I'm getting huge like pushback right now. Some of you aren't at that place yet, and that's okay. You don't have to be, but you do, for your own sake, have to recognize how this person makes you feel. And upon doing that, recognize what you can do what you can do about those emotions, because they're your responsibility. It doesn't matter what anyone else does, right? It doesn't matter what they've done. Doesn't matter if they're with your person and you're not. They're bringing things out in you that you get to heal. Okay. So I feel like it's going to bring stability the more you empower yourself to recognize the emotions that they bring. I feel like there is a lot, like I said, a lot of emotional manipulation. And every time there's more emotional manipulation, there's an awareness, a new gained perspective around the situation for the twin. Okay. All right. So how is this benefiting the connection? I feel like I talked a lot about that. Yeah. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay. We often judge the karmic, and we judge our twin for being with a karmic person. But when we master our emotions, when we let our guard down, when we heal those things, we no longer feel the need to judge. And when we release judgment, we release the need to control and these hard feelings we're carrying around that we don't deserve to carry around. So I know that this was quick. I'm going to have to, this is the first time doing it, and I hope it's helped in some way. Please like, share, comment, and or subscribe. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing day.